I'm Michael Paluska. Floridians across the state are asking themselves, should they move out of their single-story ranch homes that are in high-risk flood zones, keep getting flooded, or do something extreme and simply lift it?
So it's about 3 days overall, from start to finish. And then we hydraulically lift about 12 inches. And then you lift another 12 inches, set more, another 12 inches.
The hours-long time lapses make this lift look easy. Crews look like worker ants swarming this Shore Acres home. It is a game of lift, level, repeat. But before going high, the hard work started below.
They're literally using shovels and hand labor to opening up these small tunnels underneath.
They are like human gophers burrowing into the unknown.
They're banging a bunch of the old cast iron pipes from the sewer system when they come across that. So we dig, support, dig, and support.
Albert Jossawan, founder of JAS Builders, bought this previously flooded Shore Acres home specifically to lift. It is his very first to show people how it's done and get into the house lifting business. Do you see this moving forward as a market in Florida to protect people?
Absolutely. Once I posted about lifting a house, my phone has not stopped ringing. Phone calls, text messages, emails.
Second flood in 3 years.
And almost got hit.
And almost got hit this weekend with the no-name storm that came through. Mostly panic, like just dread of this happening again and us having to go through the same process over and over again.
Dr. Megan Martin, also in Shore Acres, is down the street and using a different company to lift. She had just moved the family back in from Hurricane Idalia floods, spending months in a tiny condo.
This has been so emotionally draining. It really has been, just literally moving our entire life. There are 6 of us sleeping in one room, and we have 4 cats. We have 4 kids, which is a lot of kids if you're wondering.
For Hurricane Debbie, she used a paddleboard to make it to work. Her house didn't flood. She got lucky because it is still sitting at ground level. Permits holding up the job. We interviewed Martin back in December of 2023. That's when we first started looking into this story. Now she's in a constant race to raise before the next storm. Would it be easier for you to just move and find another house?
You know, with the housing prices and the interest rates the way that they are, I think it would honestly be more expensive for us to do that. So we're gonna raise it to stay.
You don't need a hurricane or a tropical storm to flood the streets. This was a cold front that came through in April. Parts of Shore Acres underwater. Nice house, man.
Yeah.
Looks like you had it lifted.
Yeah, it's safer than it was 5 years ago.
That's why David Noah went high. The before and after are mind-blowing. An old school block Florida home now towering over his neighbors like a skyscraper. And you can see just how massive it is. This was a ranch built in the 70s. And as sea levels rise, Noah wanted to go up to the highest height he could.
We had seen FEMA go from 10 feet for base flood elevation to 11 feet. So we went to 16 feet because there's so many people that lifted their houses to 10 feet to get out of the flood zone, and then FEMA changed it to 11, and now they're back in the flood zone and they spent all that money.
Horseshoe Beach, hammered by Hurricane Debbie, hundreds of miles south of landfall. Sarasota got record rainfall in what's dubbed a 100-year storm event. Crystal River, flooded by Idalia. Arcadia, Ian, and the list goes on and on. Jossawan says any home with the right engineers and knowledge can do the lift. The process up close, incredible.
Super creepy feeling to be under this house that they've lifted.
Crew's still got to go up several more feet, but the next move, you won't even be able to touch the bottom of this house. I think this spot really shows what the heck happened here.
It does. You go all the way from being down this ground level where this dirt is to that height it's at now. Now we can see water, actually. That's a waterfront view now.
The home now sits about 14.5 feet to the bottom of the front door. But if you want to stay, you gotta pay. Can you give me the price tag for this for you?
This one here, for a job like this, we're probably right around the $400,000 mark.
People don't want to leave their homes, so lifting your home up is a better option, even though it's expensive, than going out and getting a new mortgage and a new life.
Yes.
For some people.
for some people. Like when you hit that mark where you flooded 4 times, FEMA's going to stop at that point in time. So you either have to lift or you have to sell your house or tear down and rebuild. This is half the cost of tearing down and rebuilding, and that's what makes it feasible for people.
In St. Petersburg with photojournalist Reed Moeller, Michael Paluska, ABC Action News.